Hello and welcome to another Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. I'm paulcheon, and today we are sitting at rank number 6. We had a nice and smooth 7-0 victory in our last draft, and now we are continuing, aiming for that top 5 slot. So let's head into the draft and adjust this. Ooh, not quick draft. I'm not about that life. Premier draft. And used my draft token because apparently there is a discount today. Now, before this draft fires, I did want to say, if you've enjoyed the content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I did launch my Patreon channel. The link to the Patreon is in the description below. Shout out to all the current patrons. Thank you so much for your support. One other thing that I did get fixed, I believe, is the audio. Big shout out to Ailey alias V. Really appreciate all of your help in helping me fix my sound because me and computers, not necessarily a match made in heaven. All right, but let's head into pack number 1 here and see what we have. We have Detention Sphere, a solid removal spell, although it is in one of the worst color combinations in blue-white. But just as a removal spell, this spell is quite good. And he joins up is an okay removal effect that costs 4 mana to deal 5 damage. Worse than Detention Sphere. Rise of the Varmint's a nice payoff card in the black-green fill up your graveyard deck. Stubborn Burrow Fiend, which I think is going to be my pick. This is kind of one of the best uncommons in the set. It's one of the best 2-drops in the set. It's a 2-mana 2-2 that can just potentially be like a 5-5 or a 6-6 when you play it. There's also Lazav, Familiar Stranger, which is a nice card in the blue-black crime deck. And then at common, we have Desperate Bloodseeker and Vault Plunderer. Between the two, I think I prefer the Vault Plunderer. But in green-black, if I really care about my graveyard, I can see wanting the Desperate Bloodseeker more. And then, of course, we have the premium removal spell here in Throw from the Saddle. But I do think I prefer Stubborn Burrow Fiend here over Throw from the Saddle, just because really premium 2-drops are hard to come by, and this thing just wins games by itself. So let's take the Burrow Fiend here, and now we have this pack. So there's a couple of options here. We have Patient Naturalist, which goes really well with the Stubborn Burrow Fiend. I think the Self-Melt theme is very, very nice. There's also Blood Hustler if you're looking to commit a lot of crimes. I do think I prefer this more in blue-black. It's a fine 2-drop, and there's also Savage Smash. I think I'm going to take the Naturalist here just because it goes really well with our first pick, and it keeps our second color a little bit more open, and it's just still a card that I really like having in my decks. I wouldn't necessarily fault anybody for taking the Blood Hustler out of that pack, just because I do recognize that Blood Hustler is also pretty nice if you can commit a lot of crime. Here we have an interesting pack. The best card on power is the Nimble Brigand, but I haven't really had that much success drafting blue-green. Admittedly, I haven't drafted blue-green all that often, but this could be the reason to go into blue-green. Alternatively, we have the Mourner Surprise, which is a black card, a card that you take in a better color combination. And you know what? I'm going to mix things up here. I know we're going for rank 1. Well, no, hold on. We have a Stubborn Burrow Fiend and a Patient Naturalist. Like, Mourner Surprise just feels like it goes so much better than Nimble Brigand. I'm going to take the Surprise here. I just feel like this is just a very, very good base for a black-green deck. But if more blue cards come, we will look into taking those cards, I suppose. What was the... There was a Blood Hustler. Had we taken the Blood Hustler here, we could have maybe ended up in a blue-black deck or what have you. Here, I'm not the biggest fan of Fake Your Own Death. I think the card is just fine. So I think this is a pack where I'll speculate. And it's between the Visage Bandit and the Vial Smasher. And I think I'm less likely to want to be a Vial Smasher deck. So I'll take the Visage Bandit here in case we do end up with a sweet blue-green deck if possible. And now, I mean, we are the signals are very, very off here, or odd rather. Unsurprisingly, we're not seeing that many green cards, but the best card in this pack is a Prairie Dog. So perhaps I just take that and see where things go. Wrangler and the Damned, it seems like maybe blue-white could be open here. Even in blue-white, I think I prefer the Prairie Dog to the Wrangler of the Damned. I think this card has the most upside. Ambush Gigapede is a fine card in black-green, but I feel like if I take this, I would mostly be forcing black-green instead of just taking what I think is the best card. There's also Prickly Pear, but I do think it's significantly worse than the Prairie Dog. So let's take the Prairie Dog here, and we are starting things off with all the colors. Green, green, black, blue, white. Green, green, black, blue, white. Now, there's a Slickshot Lockpicker in this pack, and I'm going to take it, and this makes me really wish I took the Nimble Brigand here over the Mourner Surprise. Now, again, Number one is I think blue is the worst color, so I really need something like a Slickshot Lockpicker late to get me to go into blue. And additionally, I thought the Mourner Surprise was just an excellent card to go with our first 2 picks, which is already looking to mill ourselves. But given the fact that in this pack, Slickshot Lockpicker is by far the best card in the pack, followed by Snakeskin Veil, I will take the Slickshot Lockpicker here and try to figure out what color combination we need to be. And then, of course, we get a throw from the saddle here, pick 7. And we're going to slam this. This is the best green common. So we're just, this is a very tricky draft where we're bobbing and weaving, trying to figure out where we need to be, taking the best card out of each pack and kind of seeing what the packs give us. But of course, we are going to be slamming throw from the saddle here. And one thing that it feels like here is black is likely the color that's being cut off here. I'm not really sure what the other color is. It could be green, but that was a late throw from the saddle. Here, I'm going to take Conduit Pylons. I do like having a singular copy of this to fetch for. Oftentimes, if you're green, you have a way to get a desert, and I do like this as a one-of. Failed Forwarding is pretty bad and replaceable. I'm not a big fan of the Peerless Rope Master, so let's go ahead and take Conduit Pylons here. We'll note here that it does feel like Prairie Dog was maybe the anomaly. We didn't see any other white cards, a Mystical Tether, a Trained Airings, Take Up the Shield, any cards like that. So maybe this was just an anomaly. Here we have the choice between Take the Fall and Detention Sphere. Given that it feels like we might be blue-green based here, I think I'm going to take the Detention Sphere. I think Bant could be okay here. And this still opens the door, and it's the most powerful card here to potentially being blue-white if green doesn't end up being open. So I'm going to hide this Mourner Surprise, but man, this could go any which direction. And now we have this pack. We have Loan Shark and Omenport Vigilante. I actually don't think Omenport Vigilante is that great unless you're maybe black-white or have a lot of ways to commit crime. So I'll take the Loan Shark here because it does feel like blue is somewhat open. So this is a nice base for... Oh, and the Brigand Tabled. All right. I almost took this at 3rd pick or 4th pick. I'm definitely slamming it here. Blue absolutely open. Absolutely open. We will now try to figure out what our second color is going to be. Right now, I am favoring the green cards, but I mean, our 2 white cards aren't that bad either. So we will tread... Oh, I guess we're blue-green. Wow. All right. Are we going to get past an Oko? Bonny Pall, that is one of the reasons to be Simic. This is one of the best, if not the best, rare in the set, next to Railway Brawler, Oko, Thief of Crowns, etc., etc. We are going to slam it. There's a fantastic card here as well in the Outcaster Greenblade. This is the Mythic Uncommon, the best Uncommon in the set. But of course, it is not better than Bonny Pall. So let's go ahead and take Bonny Pall and figure things out. Okay. Next, we have Mindslaver, which is not a card that you really want to be taking. It is cool. It's a cool card, but don't want it. There's a couple of black cards here that we're not too interested in. Honestly, this pack is quite bad. There's no real blue or green card that I actively want. There's a Bristlepack Sentry, but I think that's pretty replaceable. So I think this is a pretty good opportunity to take the Creosote Heath. Just noting the fact that there is still a possibility that we could be a blue-white deck splashing the Bonny Pall, right? Maybe a throw from the saddle. Right now, my instinct is to go blue-green splash white, but I'm going to take this Heath. I think this is just going to be an excellent inclusion because I feel like no matter which direction this deck goes, I will be playing this Detention Sphere. That's kind of where I'm at. Moving on to this pack, we have Intimidation Campaign. I don't think I'm interested in playing a 4th color here. So for us, it's between Bristlepack Sentry and Dance of the Tumbleweeds. I'm a really big fan of Dance of the Tumbleweeds. It just keeps going up and up in my card evaluation. I feel like cheap two-mana creatures are something that I can get later, so I'd rather take the Dance of the Tumbleweeds just to make sure that I have the good mana fixing to splash the Detention Sphere. Prairie Dog, definitely not the type of card that you want to splash, so I think this is kind of where we're going to land here. We are going to be a blue-green deck, splashing white so far for the Detention Sphere. And let's fix our mana curve, and this is where we're at right now. So here we have the choice between, I don't care about the black-green desert, we have the choice between Slickshot Lockpicker, Doc Hourlock, and Double Down. I'm not a big Double Down fan. I am looking to win matches of Magic the Gathering. So I think I'm going to take Slickshot Lockpicker. Doc Hourlock's okay. I have a couple of cards to plot, but I feel like the Lockpicker is just better in general. Like, just being able to buy, I do need to be mindful that I want to be able to buy back spells, but I just think it's a far more powerful card than Doc Hourlock. Also, there's a non-zero chance of Doc Hourlock tables. All right, moving on to this pack. I definitely am interested in being able to splash removal spells, just because that is the one downside of drafting blue-green. So we do need to be mindful of that. And one way to really allow us to splash our our removal spells is Hard Bristle Bandit. So gonna slam it here to have another 2-mana card in our deck and move on. Very, very happy picking that up. And now we have this pack. Not the biggest fan. Well, hold on. Let's think here. Decisive Denial is okay. I don't think it's actually insane. I think I'm actually going to just take Make Your Own Luck. I think this card is nice. A great card to buy back with Slickshot Lockpicker. So let's take that. You do want to make sure that you have some number of really powerful spells with the Lockpicker. And here I am very happy picking up Hard Bristle Bandit. This looks like a blue-green ramp deck, right? We're trying to get to Make Your Own Luck and Bonny Pall. So Hard Bristle Bandit in this type of deck where with Slickshot Lockpicker, I'm just not going to have a shortage of spells to cast. This is exactly the type of card that I want. Ooh, slamming Patient Naturalist here. Don't really care about Pillage the Bog. Drover Grizzly is okay, but Patient Naturalist I think is much, much better here. And now we'll take a Giant Beaver. Giant Beaver is a nice card to just ramp into with our Hard Bristle Bandits, just to have a solid 4-mana creature here. So let's go ahead and take that. And yeah, we're looking pretty good on playables here too. I'll take a Bristlepack Sentry. Now, we don't have a ton of 4-power creatures, but it's just another 2-drop to somehow play in our deck. This doesn't really feel like a Geyser Drake deck. I don't have any instants to cast, and I don't think I need an Oasis Gardener here, so I'll take the Bristlepack Sentry, noting that there's a pretty good chance these don't make our deck, unless we really need 2s, and there's the Dock Hourlock! I told you! Blue-green is open! Blue-green is open, plotting is on the menu. Alright, what do we need? We have a nice curve, 4 2-mana cards, 5 3-mana cards, 3 4-mana cards, so we're good on creatures. I want interaction. I want all the Throw from the Saddles that I can get my hands on, and potentially Buried in the Garden, Lasso from the Law, white removal spells on top of that if I can help it, and certainly some deserts would also help in allowing us to play the splash cards. But with double Hard Bristle Bandit, and here is a desert if we have more desert payoff cards, but with double Hard Bristle Bandit, I mean, I feel like it's not going to be too hard to splash what we need. All right. Moving into this pack, Murder is probably too hard to splash along with Unfortunate Accident. Those are double black removal spells, so I'm looking at 2 creatures here, Aloe Alchemist and the Cactarantula. I do think I'm already pretty good on top-end cards. I have a Bonny Pall, a Giant Beaver, Loan Shark, Make Your Own Luck, even Dance of the Tumbleweeds I like to play on turn 6. And particularly with Slickshot Lockpicker, I mean, I'm assuming you can spree this? But I'm going to take Aloe Alchemist, just because I think this is just a premium 2-mana creature, and this just ensures that we don't get run over something like a Cactarantula. I would rather have the premium 2 over the premium 5. Let's take the Aloe Alchemist here and be very, very happy about it. Ooh! And Spinewood's Armadillo. This card's incredible as well. Glad we took the 2, because now we have a premium 6. Outlaw Stitcher is probably going to table because nobody's blue. Or take the fall. Or even the Lonely Arroyo. I would like any of those cards, but Spinewood's Armadillo is, I believe, the second best green uncommon in the set, so really, really happy picking that up here. All right, what do we have next? Tyrant Scorn, not that interested on that on the splash. There's a black-red desert that we really don't need, so it's really between Phantom Interference and the Giant Beaver. You know, I'm going to take a Phantom Interference. I feel like I already have a bunch of random large creatures. I'll take the first Phantom Interference as just an additional way to interact with my opponents over the Beaver, just because I think I have enough beef here with Beaver, Loan Shark, Armadillo, Bonny Pall, and we still have some extra packs to go. And again, this just means that our curve is just phenomenal, right? Our curve is fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things to do on turn 2. All right, here we have the... Oh. You know, I was actually looking at the Outlaw Stitcher, but I actually don't think it's the Outlaw Stitcher. I think it's going to be Repulse. Repulse is a really, really good interactive spell. Very happy to play this. And I will say, I am really surprised at the win rate on Outlaw Stitcher. This actually has a 53% win rate in blue-green, whereas Repulse is at 56%. That's kind of wild, because going into the set, I thought Outlaw Stitcher would end up being one of the best blue uncommons in the set, and that's just not how things have ended up being. So, a little bit surprising. Let me know. Let me know why you think that could be. Here, I have the choice between Tumbleweed Rising and Stop Cold. And honestly, I have enough big creatures. I'm going to take a Stop Cold just because, like I said before, the one thing that we are really lacking here is removal. And while I don't really like Stop Cold, I think it's kind of a necessary evil for this deck to function. So I will take it. As much as I've hated on this card in the past, I do feel like I might need it here. Here I'm going to take a Bucolic Ranch. Do we have any mounts? We have a Stubborn Burrow Fiend and a Giant Beaver. We have lots of mana in double Hardbristle Bandit, double Patient Naturalist, and Dance of the Tumbleweeds. So I do think Bucolic Ranch, if my mana can afford it, is a reasonable addition to this deck. Here I'll take Jailbreak Scheme. I do like this as a bounce effect as well. So happy enough taking that. And oh, there's a Mystical Tether. Absolutely splashing the Mystical Tether here. Probably not playing the Ranch. Take a Jin of Fool's Fall, but don't need to play that in our deck. Take the Fall Did Table as anticipated. I don't think Ariat's Fall is something that's worth splashing, but looks like we're going to have to make some cuts here. It's a good problem to have. Don't really want to razzle or dazzle. We'll take the Vault Breaker there. And this is what we have. Like I said, I haven't drafted blue-green that often. One thing I wish I had was a way to get something back from my graveyard. A way to get creatures back from my graveyard. For example, if I picked up like a Back for More or Badlands Revival, I would absolutely have loved to splash it. But I do feel like Mourner Surprise is probably a little too weak to splash, right? We have double Hardbristle Bandit and that's it. So that's the only concern. I mean, I only have 2 Patient Naturalists. No, I do also have a Stubborn Burrow Fiend as a way to mill myself. So that can be a concern, definitely. All right, let's take a look at the deck and figure out what it is that we need to cut. The one thing that really comes to mind here is we want a minimum of 9 green sources. Particularly when we're playing double Hardbristle Bandit and the Spinewoods Armadillo, you can just play less blue sources and get away with that. We have 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 lands here. We can probably cut one of these lands. The question is whether or not I want to cut this ranch. I think so. I just I don't think my mana's quite good enough for that. I only have like these 2 deserts. This could honestly be, actually this is probably a 16 land deck as well. The reason being is I have 2 Hardbristle Bandits and a Spinewoods Armadillo to get us lands, and Patient Naturalist, which helps us get us lands. So I do think we can probably get away with playing 1 less land in this pile. And honestly, I can probably just not play the Plains because I have a Creosote Heath, a Conduit Pylons, Spinewoods Armadillo to get one of these 2 white sources, Dance of the Tumbleweeds, and 2 Hardbristle Bandits. So that gives us 6 white sources for these 2 cards, and I don't mind paying 4 mana off the Conduit Pylons to cast either of the removal spells. So I think 9 green sources, 6 blue sources makes sense here, and then we can just cut one of our cards here. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I think the Bandit has to go. Like, copying Bonny Pall doesn't even do anything. And I need to practice what I preach. And what I preach is in importance in removal. So I will try the Stop Cold here over the Visage Bandit and see where things go. All right, solid hand here. Island, 2 forests. Dock Hourlock, Hardbristle Bandit, Patient Naturalist, and Spinewoods Armadillo. Mulligan from the opponent. So I wonder, what do I want to do turn 2? Do I want to go Hourlock? Well, we just found a Loan Shark, so... Let's see, I can plot this for 2 mana next turn. Does that matter? They have a black-green. So the thing with black-green, though, is they can have Desert's Dew, and Desert's Dew would kill my Hardbristle Bandit. I'm actually not sure. I'll play the 2-3 just because it beats down for 2 as well. But we'll admit that I'm not sure if it's better than playing the Hardbristle Bandit that last turn. Alright, let's go ahead and plot the Loan Shark. No attack with our Dock Hourlock into the Ankle Biter. They could have a... Nope, they didn't have a bite spell. Let's see. I kind of want to play Hardbristle Bandit this turn because that allows me to play the Spinewoods Armadillo. So let's go ahead and play the Hardbristle Bandit into Loan Shark. And make your own luck. That's also nice. Do I want to attack into this Ankle Biter? They could have a Snakeskin Veil, but I think that's fine. And yeah, free ankle biter. I'll take it. Kill an ankle biter, draw a card? Sign me up. Yeah, well, our opponent just mulliganed and kept a 2-lander and they got unlucky. Alright, still ranked number 6. Gotta continue working on that win rate here. With our Bant. I don't think I've ever been Bant before. But we have a Bonny Pall, so that can't be that bad, right? This is an interesting hand. I definitely want an Island or a Hard Bristle Bandit. So I think I'm going to run out the pylons here and basically just bottom anything. Well, I really want to find an island, but I don't necessarily need it until turn 3. But I also want to just try to find a Hard Bristle Bandit. It's kind of interesting. They're on the play though, so that gives us a little bit more information. Ideally, I want to be able to go turn 3 Nimble Brigand into, like, just bounce all their stuff. Alright, Creosote Heath turn 1. And we drew a Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Yeah, I'm gonna go Conduit Pylons. Come on, Hard Bristle Bandit. Alright, that's a Stop Cold, which I don't think I want. So let's put that into the bin. I want to maximize the upside of a potential turn 2 Hard Bristle Bandit here. Turn 2 Aloe Alchemist from the opponent, and nothing from us. So we will pass. I might just do this just to cycle. I might just do this to cycle and just take 1 less damage. Honestly. Just because I have only the 1 forest in my hand. And then we're going to use Dance of the Tumbleweeds to get a blue source. Sterling Hound. So they're curving out here. They are curving out, and we don't have a creature to play. So I do fear that we might be in some trouble here. Yeah, we just don't have a play here. Alright. Let's play this. And let's get... Let's get a blue source. Yeah, if they play like a 4-drop here and have a removal spell, we're basically dead. And I don't think there's a way for me to double spell here. Alright, Mobile Homestead is not too bad. I can't Slickshot Lockpick or anything here. So I guess I just play a Giant Beaver and hope for the best. They can't kill it with, they can kill it with Shoot the Sheriff, but not with Desert's Dew. Yeah, this is definitely one of those, just, our opponent just went 2-3-4, and our hand was just a little bit too slow. A little bit too slow. We even have an okay curve. They put Kambal into the graveyard. It's a good card. Really would love an island here. If I draw an island, I can go, you know, Jailbreak Scheme into Nimble Brigand, for example. Just a lot more I can do here with my mana to try to stay alive. Wily Duke. Wow. That is incredible with the Mobile Homestead. Alright. I mean, if they kill the beaver, we're dead. Another Aloe Alchemist? Holy cow. Alright. Okay. We need an island, and even if we draw an island, it's not clear that we're going to be able to win this one. Well, that allows us to play 2 things in a turn. Right? Because we can go Dock Hourlock plus Repulse. This Wily Duke is a problem, I will say. Could I get my Stop Cold back, please? I think we'll try to bounce it end of turn. I just want to keep up the repulse here. Also, I can attack with the beaver. I'll happily trade the beaver for 2 creatures here. Alright, they are getting maximum value here with their Abzan deck. Hopefully we can just block this mobile homestead. But they have 3 cards in hand plus another Allo Alchemist coming in. So we're definitely blocking the homestead here. Block here, and we will block the trampling creature, I guess. Looks like they might have some kind of a pump spell. I guess Snakeskin Veil is something they could have. And then bouncing the Allo Alchemist would be bad. Maybe I should have bounced the Sterling Hound. I don't know. Trash the town. I don't know what got the counters. I'm assuming it's the mobile homestead. Alright, well then we have to bounce this. And they still get to draw 2 cards, so this is still kind of a disaster. Oh man. Our opponent's got a good deck. We just couldn't match their speed. And even if we could, we just didn't have the removal for the Wily Duke. Let's see. Slickshot, we have 6 mana, so Slickshot Lockpicker can't actually cast something. I can go Hard Bristle Bandit plus Loan Shark. Is that my best play? And then if they just play any creature, we're dead? I think so. Oh, yeah. We're dead, though. Good start. Wily Duke plus the Homestead, also very, very good. So props to the opponent for a really, really aggressive start. That is why it is still important to draft a good mana curve. And we did not have a bad one. It's just, our deck doesn't have a bad one. It's just our hand didn't have a 2-drop, right? And our opponent actually had a rare hand where they curved us out 2, 3, 4 and beat us down. Yep, and we are dead. Alright. They just have to crew this and attack with 4 things, and we are dead. Alright. No! That's not fair! We won and we stayed 6, and then we lost and we went down to 7. That does not seem reasonable to me. Okay, 1-1 with our Bant deck. Ooh, much better hand. I have a 2-drop, so I am happy. Here, I think I can sandbag the Conduit Pylons. Don't need to scry right now. I just have everything that I need in my hand. I have turn 2 Hard Bristle Bandit into whatever else that I want. And I think I want to do that over the Allo Alchemist. Emergent Haunting. Interesting. Ooh. That's interesting. You know what's funny is... I actually just think I play 2 creatures this turn and just try to get a really aggressive start. I guess that's not even actually funny, huh? Because I can't plot this and pump something that's in play. So let's just play it here. And the reason why is I want to use it to mill things and get creatures into my yard, if possible. We failed to do such a thing, but that's okay. Are they just going to pass? Okay. I'm going to play this island here. I think I want to just repulse this. I sure hope they don't have Snakeskin Veil. I'm trying to play... I did play around Phantom Interference, though. I mean, if they have Snakeskin Veil, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? Alright. So here now my question is, do I play the Patient Naturalist and run into the Phantom Interference? Or do I just attack for 6? I think it's just attack for... I do think it's attack for 6. In which case, I probably should have played the Conduit Pylons. Just all the sequencing there was a little bit awkward. I thought I was going to play the Naturalist, but probably I should have played the Conduit Pylons. I don't know. But I just felt like them passing with Emergent Haunting, it's like the worst thing that they can do in that spot to get me is Phantom Interference, and I'm still attacking for a lot. And now they can't really afford to Emergent Haunting, or they just keep taking damage. So this card's like almost a blank for a while, until they stabilize off of what's in play right now. Silver Deputy, okay. I'm gonna keep saying this, do not put this card in your deck. I'd rather play an 18th land. But if your mana is terrible, I guess you have to do what you gotta do. Let's get an island. Alright, let's see here. Let's use the Stubborn Burrow Fiend's ability. Wow, we just hit no creatures? Okay, I should have done that first. Damn it. Yeah. Oh well. We get to still attack, but... I missed 1 point of damage, so that's my bad. But we just kind of have all lands here, so this is not ideal. Take the Fall was not a bad draw, though. Let's activate the Burrow Fiend here. Stop cold. So does the ability not happen now? Nice! I did not know that's how that worked. I mean, you're at 8 life. You probably should block, but I understand if you don't. Gosh, I'm playing so sloppy. I should have used my Bandit, obviously. And then I will save Detention Sphere for an actual good card. I could have used it on the Stop Cold. How big would this have been? A 3/3? But I feel like my opponent has the ability here to play like a large green creature to get in the way. And I'd much rather use Detention Sphere to kill that. Interesting. I mean, they probably have some kind of removal spell here, but I'm not going to use Detention Sphere on the Silver Deputy. Let's just attack with these 3 creatures on the right. Wrangler of the Damned, sure. So they're going to eat my Aloe Alchemist here, most likely. And I guess we kill it, right? But... But they're at 4 life. And we still need to draw something here. Missing out on that 1 point of damage could end up actually costing us here, unfortunately. That's their 6th land. And they're going to play something big here, maybe. Slickshot Lockpicker on? Nothing. Alright, I'm okay with that. Alright, a land was not ideal. Well, we even cut a land, too. Man, they could have been dead here. They could have been dead. That feels really, really bad. Just the slightest error in sequencing got us. I don't think they have a removal spell. They probably would have cast it last turn, right? And another land here for us, which is awful. Okay, well now we don't have an attack. Alright, so we've drawn 10 of our lands and milled 2 of them. And they found Intimidation Campaign. Oh god, this is so gross. I have no one to blame but myself. And all the lands in our deck. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, well, that is a playable Magic card. Spinewood's Armadillo. Hopefully they don't have an answer. Can you imagine if I Detention Sphere these out colds? Whew. That would be nice. Where's our Bonny Pall? Every time I have Bonny Pall in my deck, I just, you know, it feels like it would be reasonable for me to draw it. Removal spell, something. Lockpicker, what do you do? I have a Make Your Own Luck and a Repulse and a Dance of the Tumbleweeds. So I have a lot of options. Make Your Own Luck seems so good here. Just, it gives me so many cards. The thing is, though, if I Dance with the Tumbleweeds, that also is amazing, right? But I feel like drawing 3 cards is probably better, just given that I have, what, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 lands, 13 lands, so I only have 4 lands left in my deck. I can pay. Okay. I guess they just wanted to. Okay. Oh, man. Wow. I'll exile the expensive card, I guess. Alright, so I'll kill the Newt and the Homestead. Actually, the Newt doesn't do anything. Let's just kill the 2/3 toughness creatures. Alright, so they're at 3 life. Perhaps I should have held this land. I just feel like I actually have a lot I want to do with my mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 plus 6, 10? I guess not. So they're going to hit me for 3 in the air here. But we're going to play Bonny Pall. Then attack. I mean, we're going to do all the things. I'm pretty sure they're just dead. Alright, Bonny Pall. Stop cold. Wow, was that not a great draw 3? I'm just gonna say. This should get it done, I'm just gonna say. Alright. Oh, another lockpicker, okay. Oh, look at them! They could have bounced this too, I guess. Do I have another way to deal 1 damage to them? can't think of... I don't see one. Alright, well, let's hope we don't get Archive trapped out. And then I think we're okay. Bonny Pall, getting it done. Just do not Archive trap us. I will be so sad if we get Archive trapped. Alright. Bonny Pall, getting it done. Yes. What? We were rank 6 and we're 2-1 and we're still rank 7. That means one of the rank 7 gamers is active right now. We need to run into them and knock them down a peg so we can get back to rank 6. Okay, 2-1. On the play, we have 4 lands. We have a 2-drop, a Jailbreak Scheme, and a Spinewoods Armadillo. Sign me up. Ooh, you know, I'm actually going to play the Pylons here because I could use a 3-drop. I could also use a Bonny Pall. I will definitely take that one. I'm just going to say. Man, I can't target that. Oh, this is so awkward. It's a vehicle. Oh, no, it targets artifacts. I didn't know that. That's great. Get that out of here. Just to have something to play this turn. I actually just thought it targeted creatures. Look at that. 3 mana kill of Mobile Homestead. Or whatever, what is it called? Mobile Homestead? Yeah, look at that. Easy. Attack. Not drawing anything here is kind of annoying. But we don't have a play for the next 2 turns, sadly. But I feel like we'll be okay. Especially if they're willing to trade here, the game's going to go a little bit longer. And we do have the 6 mana for Bonny Pall and Spinewoods Armadillo, so... And I'm certainly not discarding Spinewoods Armadillo here when I have 6 mana already. Oh no, okay, so that's scary. Baron Bertram is fantastic. And we drew Loan Shark, which is great. So let's go ahead and plot this. The next turn we can go Bonny Pall, Loan Shark. I'm actually curious though. Should I go Spinewoods Armadillo? Like, they probably have a lot of removal. If I wait on the Bonny Pall, I likely will be able to get the card draw effect on the Bonny Pall. On the flip side, if I play Bonny Pall, I have just a whole lot of pressure on my opponent, right? So that's kind of the thing, right? It's like, I can either play a 7/7, which they're unlikely going to be able to kill. If I play a Bonny Pall, they'll likely be able to kill the Bonny Pall. And by playing the Armadillo and the Loan Shark on the following turn, I'll likely be able to attack and get a little bit of value here with Bonny Pall. I'm not sure. Especially if they just pass with a bunch of mana up. Harvester of Misery. Holy cow. Okay, hold on. Alright. I might need to just play the Bonny Pall. This is a menace creature? It's a lot of damage. I mean, if they kill my Bonny Pall, I still have a 6/6 and a Loan Shark. Is that bad? Am I overthinking this? I'm gonna play Bonny Pall. It's just because they played a large menace creature here, and I just don't want to get run over. And I'm missing out on, I guess, 1 card here because they can kill my Bonny Pall. I mean, you have to kill my Bonny Pall here. Let's be real here. Man, they even get a Bertram trigger. It's gonna be... I'm actually not feeling great about this. What the heck? Skullduggery? Take up the shield? I mean... Yeah, they had it all. I just feel like I need to get that trick out of their hand anyways, and then I can just Spinewoods Armadillo. Yep, I mean, they had Lassoed by the Law, Harvester of Misery. I mean, they have a really good deck as well, so it is what it is. Oh, come on. This is... Black-white is one of the best color combinations, but this is kind of ridiculous. Oh well. Well, this one's probably going to be a loss. Yep. Well, the nice thing about bouncing this is if they replay it, they lose 2 of their creatures. But another 10-land hand here, so not going to get it done, sadly. Like I said, the lack of interaction definitely makes this more difficult. If they want to discard their Harvester of Mystery to kill my Loan Shark, by all means. But we are, I mean, we are super behind here with the 2 lands in our hand. Holy cow! That was just a perfect little curve here. They have a fantastic, I mean, this is a trophy deck right here. A trophy deck for sure. Lockpicker, Repulse, Jailbreak Scheme, I don't know. Alright, well let's play Repulse on the token. Into Patient Naturalist, into we die. Alright. Good beats, great deck from the opponent, all premium black and white cards. Clearly read their signals properly, and now we are falling backwards. Oh no! Okay. Let's shake that one off. We are 2-2. It's going to be a tough road ahead here for us. Doc Hourlock or Stubborn Burrow Fiend? Doc Hourlock, definitely. Because next turn we can go Allo Alchemist, plot for 1 mana, and then play the Burrow Fiend, which is pretty nice. Just kidding. They have Journey to Nowhere. Man, never have I wanted a Voracious Varmint more than I want one now. Alright, let's play the Patient Naturalist. Saddle it up. We hit Bonny Pall. Oh well. That is the price you pay. And we have no way to get the Bonny Pall. We milled 4 spells. Whew. Look, it's at the end of the day, it's completely random, right? So let's play another Patient Naturalist. Got a land back. Stubborn Burrow Fiend here. It's a 5/5. Allo Alchemist. Target this. Bam! That's all we have. We just... Stubborn Burrow Fiend. I took it first pick. Come on. If they kill it, it's rough, but... We just hit all gas off of our mills. Alright, they're at 6. Okay. Okay. Some kind of interactive spell here would be absolutely brutal for our opponent. So they're going to chump the Stubborn Burrow Fiend here. Conduit Pylons. Let's play the Alchemist. And then let's saddle first. We hit another creature, then let's play the Pylons. I'll keep throw from the saddle. Hold on. Let's think here, actually, because I can actually draw that now and just kill the beaver. Yeah, so let's take the fall on Vault Plunderer. Then we'll cast Throw from the Saddle. And kill the beaver. And attack with everything. Alright, they're at 2. I mean, that's the best we could do. I do really like the way we sequenced that, by the way. So they're at 2 life, and we have 4 attackers to their 1 blocker. Alright. That was a nice kind of tempo-ish start there from us. And back to number 6. Back to number 6. 4 more to go for the trophy. Alrighty. 3 and 2. On the play. Sure, I have 2 islands, a forest, a phantom interference. Certainly can't mulligan this. A jailbreak scheme, slickshot lockpicker, and dance of the tumbleweeds, which with 4 lands, I might just wait till I get to kind of the late game here. Definitely countering trained Erinks. Ooh, that's actually interesting. So that changes the equation. I'm definitely using Dance of the Tumbleweeds here. Because then I can play Make Your Own Luck. The question is, do I get a green-white land or the pylons? That is interesting. I have the 4. I'll get the pylons. We'll put that on the... Alright, look at that. Value pylons. Just feels like I'm going to have enough mana, so I don't really care that my white removal spell on the splash costs 1 more mana here. Or I don't think it's going to matter that much. Alright, let's plot... Sometimes you gotta make your own luck, as they say. Next turn, we're gonna go Spinewood's Armadillo into Bonny Pall. Blech. Disgusting. Oh, that's cute. Gold Vein Hydra. That's... Alright, here you go. This is my board. Your turn. Your turn. We have Jailbreak Scheme, Slickshot Lockpicker to get back our Make Your Own Luck. I mean, all kinds of nonsense here. We could even Detention Sphere the treasures if they try to attack us to get treasures in. I'll block. Go ahead. Go for it. Oh, I'll just Detention Sphere that. Never mind. Oh my god. Oh, these are legendaries, right? Dang. That's not as good. These are legendaries. I still think the effect is good enough where it's worth it to cast Detention Sphere. Do I have a land in my yard? I do. I mean, I'm still getting back a 6/5 here, right? Choose the legendary permanent that you wish to keep. I'd like to keep this one. And let us put this on top. No treasures for you. And that's game. Bonny Pall for the win! Turns out, good Magic the Gathering card. Alrighty, 4 and 2. Let's keep going with these great draws. Let's keep it going. Alright, on the play here, we have a Bonny Pall. We only have a Nimble Brigand turn 3, and we can't play this Tether, but I'm going to keep it. Hopefully we can find a Hardbristle Bandit, Dance of the Tumbleweeds, or a Spinewood's Armadillo to find our white source. Like I said, we have a lot of white sources in our deck. Turn 2, Raven of Fell Omens from the opponent. Now, this Nimble Brigand, I mean, with the Repulse, could get in, could help us find some lands, so... As long as they don't kill it. I'll be very sad if they kill it. They could only kill it with Murder, with what they have available right now. Desert Stew will not kill the Nimble Brigand. Rictus Robber. Unscrupulous Contractor. Alright, so let's go ahead and bounce the Raven. Attack. I didn't play a land yet because I could find the green-white desert. But found a couple lands, and next turn we can play Make Your Own Luck. Although we won't be able to attack with this, but that's fine. I definitely want to draw 3 cards and plot something. And they used their entire turn for Consuming Ashes, which I definitely don't mind. They might just play out the Unscrupulous Contractor to draw cards, but that doesn't really matter. Are they mono black? Alright, so they're... I assume they're going to sack this for value, yeah. But it's going to be hard to outgrind Make Your Own Luck, Bonny Pall, Slickshot Lockpicker. Let's plot the Slickshot Lockpicker for maximum value. Raven of Fell Omens. Is it crazy to just Slickshot Lockpicker here? I'm gonna have to discard though, that's the problem. Like if I play Slickshot Lockpicker and play Make Your Own Luck, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm gonna have 11, 10. Yeah, I'm gonna discard too many cards. Huh. I just don't want to play Bonny Pall on this board right now. I mean, maybe I just do. Yeah, let's just... whatever. I feel like I'm just overvaluing the Bonny Pall. Like, it's just a good card. I want to empty out my hand. If they murder the Bonny Pall, so be it. Like, I still just have a big creature, and I can refill up on following turns. So, yeah, go ahead, murder this if you want. We'll find a white source and use our removal spells, etc. I mean, just playing a Raven, keeping up 3 mana does feel like murder here. Oh, Vanishing Vert? What if they don't have a... No, I mean, they have to. Black-white is just the best... It's like one of the best color combinations at killing things, so I would be shocked if they don't have a way to kill the Bonny Pall here. Yep, Consuming Ashes, sure. So, I mean, look at all the premium removal they have in their deck. Alright, yeah, let's play this. Let us make our own luck. Let's plot that. And let's play the Bandit. Let's get ourselves access to some white mana here. And we didn't have to discard, which is nice. And this other Lockpicker can still get the Repulse, which is nice. Are they just keeping up the mana here? Okay. Let's play Giant Beaver. Into Lone Shark. We're just gonna play a bunch of stuff this turn. Can't play Dance of the Tumbleweeds for what we want. Let's play Dock Hourlock. Let's plot this for 1 mana. Let's play a Stubborn Burrow Fiend. Let's kind of, you know what? I don't think do I want to mill myself? I mean, I do have a Lockpicker. Maybe I find something better. All right, let's I mean, I'm not attacking with this. I guess we'll do this. I don't want to deck myself though, but all right, we had a creature, that's fine. All right, next turn we can get in for gazillions. I just feel like this is just going to be far too much for them to handle. A true value overload. Okay, Baron Bertram is nice. We're certainly going to kill that. Alright, so let's go white, blue, green. Attention Sphere. Kill the Baron. What on earth could you have here? Ah. Okay, well now we can attack for a lot. I probably just want to cast Dance of the Tumbleweeds here for maybe a Conduit Pylons. Let's see. I mean, I could just attack with everything. Like, do I need to add a counter on something? I mean, adding a counter to the Loan Shark's pretty good. Alright, fine. Actually, this was a mistake. I should have just attacked with Dark Hourlock. That was bad. That was a mistake. Alright. Dance of the Tumbleweeds here. Wow, why didn't I play a land? Oh my gosh, I'm playing so bad! Oh, oh my gosh! I mean, I think a 9-9 and a 10-10 doesn't really have much of a difference here, but still, that's so bad. I need to go for a quick walk here. I am playing extremely suboptimal Magic here. So I did hit a Jailbreak Scheme, which is quite nice, or I can just make another giant creature. Making a giant creature just seems better for the most part. I just don't know that they can handle all of this that's in play right now. Journey to Nowhere, okay, bye-bye token. Sure. Okay, I mean, I'll take it, whatever. I guess they just feel like I'm going to be able to kill the Bertram anyways, and they're correct about that. Alright. You have another Getaway Glamour? That would be something else, if they had a second Glamour. Alright. How big is this? I suppose they could have a Wrath. All right. Overwhelming forces. Getcha. Okay. That is okay. Alright, we managed to defeat one of the black-white decks, despite not playing our best Magic. Yeah, they're super duper dead. Sure. All right. All right. They certainly had a nice black-white deck. We just beat them with our rares and card advantage, but still not happy with my play that game. Lots of little... It's just sequencing. I don't know what it is, but just like lots of little edges I'm giving up. A point of damage here, a +1/+1 counter there, a scry with my sequencing here. So, need to clean that up. Okay, well, so from 2-2 to... So from 2-2 all the way till 5-2. I'm going to keep this. There's 2 islands, but I do have a Take the Fall, which cycles, and I have 9 green sources in my deck. If I draw just another island, I can still cast Jailbreak Scheme to give me enough time to play my green sources. As you know, I am not a fan of mulliganing, especially when I have Hard Bristle Bandit plus the Armadillo here. So I'm hoping that my opponent at least plays a 2-drop if I don't find a green source, so I can play the Take the Fall to cycle. Alright, didn't find a land immediately, but like I said, hopefully they play a 2-drop here, so I can play... Oh, nope, didn't matter because we drew a land. Alright, let's go Patient Naturalist here. And we got, ooh, Conduit Pylons or a Forest. I'm actually going to take the Forest here so I can go Alchemist plus Hard Bristle Bandit. Right now, like, lands or spells are good, so the Surveil on this isn't even all that valuable. It does give me the white source to play my white cards, but I do have a Hard Bristle Bandit that I'm playing. So they didn't counter the Naturalist. I mean, I assume they're going to just play some kind of a creature here. Outcaster Greenblade. Mythic Uncommon. This card is fantastic. And looking to be super good here. Definitely a card I don't want to bounce. Throw from the Saddle off the top would be great. Or one of my white exile removal effects. Alright, Conduit Pylons from the opponent. Alright, let's hit for 5. Alchemist will come into play next turn. And gonna try to hold off on the Dance of the Tumbleweeds until I can get to one more land, right? If I get one more mana source, kind of everything gets unlocked here. Oh my gosh, a second Outcaster Greenblade? Holy cow. This card is absurd. It's like, it's on par, power level wise, to many rares. I mean, we're talking about, I mean, this is going to be at least a 3-mana 4/5, right? That's a rare level card. That's incredible. I don't even, I need a land here. Okay. That at least bought me some hope. Alright, Armadillo. At least this is hard to kill. And the next turn we can dance into Tumbleweeds and get the green-white source. I can't think of a card that actually kills this Armadillo here based off of... I mean, just because it has Ward 3. Alright, just a pair of 4/5s. They kept on top. They have all the colors of mana. Failed fording, huh? Right. Are they going to attack with both? I will double block 100%. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess they want to be aggressive here, but... I will take that exchange all day, every day. Let's attack. If they have some way to kill this, like a murder, but they can't cast murder, it would have to be like a bounce spell, I guess. Oh, it's an go. Well, they have to pay the thing. They're gonna keep the green blade back, and so we're gonna bounce we're gonna bounce the green blade so that we can kill the Oko. And I can also put a counter on something. Putting it on the Naturalist doesn't seem terrible. Alternatively, no, because the only way I can kill this is by... Well, hold on. If I just bounce this, This untaps, and then that gives me 6 mana, and then I can play Dance of the Tumbleweeds. That seems better. All right. I'm sure they're going to keep it on top. The card's amazing. Let's go here. So we're giving up a counter to put 8/8 in play. I think that's worth. Let's get the white mana. And we have a Take the Fall as a combat trick, and I mean, I feel like they probably have another removal spell, but you know, honestly, going down to the double Outcaster Greenblade Oko deck, you know, it is what it is. Don't kill this. Don't kill this. Come on. Be a friend. Oh, you're the worst. Can I put it on top? I'd like to draw an 8/8. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, we can kill the green blade like this. They're just like, what's going on? And then let's throw from the saddle, I guess. I can also repulse my Spinewood's Armadillo, which is pretty nice. But I'll wait on that, I guess. But they still have 4 cards in hand, and we're running out of action here. But we've done a good job of dealing with the Outcaster Greenblades and the Oko. If they don't do anything, I'm going to keep this repulse in my hand and just attack. All right, better wait. Oh, waiting till second main phase, so mana drain is not a thing, I guess. I don't know. I'm actually wondering if I should just bounce the beaver. I'm gonna wait till I draw. I have so much mana. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce the beaver. I think there's less that can go wrong if I do this. Like, obviously they could have Snakeskin Veil. But in a 17-color desert deck, it feels like they might not have room for that. We'll see. Sure. Well, I'm glad I didn't bounce my creature, at least. Oh, was that a good draw? Was that something that I was interested in? I don't know. I'm gonna go with yes. I'm gonna go with yes. Yeah, let's put Conduit Pylons into play. I'll keep Stop Cold. Let's play an island. All right. Ooh. Now I can do some shoulder rolls. They have a wild mana base. Alright, we got a Stop Cold coming up. We have a 10-10, a 6-5, a 2-3, a 1-1. Just play a pair of beavers. I'll be happy if you just play a... Okay, Hard Bristle Bandit and... Wow! What on earth? I mean, clearly this is some kind of a removal spell. And if it is, then I can just Stop Cold the bandit. Wait, loses all abilities. And, well, I mean, we'll see what they do. Let's full control this. Back for more. How many deserts do they have? They have a lot. Okay, we'll let that happen. So this is a fight, right? Okay. Alright. GG. Woo! Beat Oko. We just needed to play our Simic Bomb, and that was it. All right, what a comeback here, right? We started out kind of shaky, Started out kind of shaky, managed to defeat that Oko Greenblade player, and now we went from 2-2 to 6-2 and playing for a trophy. Can we get there? Come on. For the trophy. On the play. Island, Forest, Armadillo, Dock Hourluck. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. Probably leading with Dock Hourlock here, just in case. If I like rattle off a bunch of lands in a row, it's not bad. All right, our opponent went two deserts in a row. Huh. You know what? I'm just gonna keep up Phantom Interference, I think. So let's go ahead and plot this. I can't tell what. Okay, this is plot, right? Now we'll keep up Phantom Interference, and then we can Armadillo for a land if we need to. And if not, then we'll just, wait. You kind of Phantom Interference anything you can, honestly. That's kind of where I'm at. Certainly play the Aloe Alchemist here, and I do want to Armadillo here, I think. Probably for a Conduit Pylons, and then play the Hard Bristle Bandit. So just don't want to miss our land drops, and then this can help us find what we need. Definitely don't want the land. And now we have a decent board with 2 removal spells in hand, which isn't bad. So hopefully they try to use creatures to kind of clear the board. Okay. Interesting. We have access to 6 mana potentially. Against Black-White, they have sacrifice effects, so I kind of want to hold off on the Stop Cold if I can help it. So maybe I should Detention Sphere. White, blue. Let's kill the 4/2. And then let's just attack with our 2 creatures on the left. And then keep up Repulse. Seems pretty good. Like, if they use a removal spell on my creature, I can Repulse my creature to save it. There's just a lot of different things we can do. Unlicensed Hearse. Can I target artifacts? Okay. So I can actually use this to stop the hearse. I'm kind of just interested in killing this token and drawing a card. Alright, found a beaver. And that is a Loan Shark. Ooh, I can plot this for 2 mana. I think I'm just attacking here. Kind of want to continue putting on pressure here, so I almost want to just play the beaver. But double spelling is also really is a really attractive option. Okay. All right, so they're at 5. It's got to be the beaver. It's got to be the beaver. They're at 5 life. I think I can still set up a situation where I can get value here off the Loan Shark, but so Unlicensed Hearse will be potentially pretty big here. So this could be a pretty good turn. Honestly, next turn, what I might do, depending on how they do things, if they crew, so let's say they exile a couple of things from my graveyard, and they can turn this into a 4/4 and crew. If they play a creature next turn to crew the hearse, then we can stop cold. Then that'll trigger the Hard Bristle Bandit, and then we can actually cast Stop Cold and plot the Loan Shark, which is pretty nice. Holy cow. Never... Oh. Alright, let's think here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the problem is if I kill this, they can still crew this. But I think this makes the best use of my mana here. So let's stop cold on the Calamity. This also targets artifacts, which is nice. I'm just not attacking this turn, that's all. Then let's go ahead and plot this. Calamity is a good one. But I want to set up for the Mystical Tether Loan Shark turn. And hopefully I can attack for enough here. The thing is, they have to keep playing creatures. Alright. Well, I imagine they're not... Are they really going to sack here and go to 3? Wow. Okay. Alright, well, this is certainly a Mystical Tether on Unlicensed Hearse turn. And we don't care about taking damage here. So I'll play the Loan Shark and then I'll saddle it up. This will trade with the Helicourser most... Oh my gosh, never mind. Throw from the saddle. Game. I think that's it. Woo! And once again, another trophy here. We are running so incredibly hot. This is now over a 50% trophy rate in this format. I mean, this is just ridiculous. You know, we're definitely getting lucky here as well. We drew Bonny Pall at ideal times. Our Make Your Own Lucks got us there. You know, we have lots of removal and we drew them what we needed. We came back from 2-2, but here we go. 2-2. I mean, I do feel like we did definitely sequence some turns pretty well there. Particularly that take the fall into throw from the saddle, and prioritizing removal and making sure we play the stop cold, even though I'm not the biggest fan of it. As you saw, they had the Unscrupulous Contractor to sacrifice their creature to draw 2 cards, and that's exactly why I think stop cold is significantly worse than a card like Mystical Tether or Detention Sphere or Lasso, because these exile the creature so you can't sack it. Whereas, of course, with stop cold, you can just play the Unscrupulous Contractor or Corrupted Conviction or Baron Bertram or the Boneyard Desecrator and find ways to get rid of the things that have the enchantment on them. But besides that, this deck was pretty great, right? We had a bunch of mana creatures. We had 6 2-drops to go with the Phantom Interference. We had some tricks. We had 4 hard removal spells to go with a couple of bounce effects. And of course, some inevitability here with Make Your Own Luck. Bonny Pall, Spinewood's Armadillo, and the Lockpicker actually did a decent amount of work as well, buying back cards like the Make Your Own Luck and the Repulse and even the Jailbreak Scheme. So, another trophy in the books. First time, I think, with a hard Simic deck here, and doesn't feel bad. I mean, of course, getting the Bonny Pall helps. Tabling the Nimble Brigand helps, but that's part of drafting, right? Recognizing what's open and kind of moving in when you can. We made the decision to shift into blue kind of late, and that's kind of how I usually will end up in blue, by the way. It's not with early picks. It's when it's very clear, very obvious that you should be blue, based on, let's say, a 3rd or 4th pick Lockpicker, a 5th pick Marauding Sphinx. That's when I'm going to move into blue, because that's when I know I'm going to get those really, really powerful uncommons that make it into my deck. But another trophy. Sadly, we were not able to get beyond rank 6, so whoever's rank 5 has a pretty sizable lead here, but we're going to get you in the next video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed the content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I do have a Patreon channel. The link to the Patreon is in the description below. Shout out to all the current patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.